a bar of chocolate in one hand, a cigarette in the other, and you can live to 122 years old. How you doing? Tony's topics. Let's go. Oldest person ever recorded, 122-year-old Jeanne Calment from France. She died in 1997, but she lived to 122 years old. What the fungulo? How do you do that? 122. So my thing was, yeah, what? So here's a couple things this chick did. She was born in 1875. Oofa. So she's seen a lot. But how did she do it? Well, she did smoke. I know the smokers are going to be like, yeah, you see that, man? Why stop? But you don't want to listen to the other things that she did. She actually exercised and eat right. She monitored and watched her stress. She had very little stress because, well, this is something that you really can't, it's kind of luck. She married a rich dude. Sorry, I know what you're going to say, but here's the thing. She married a rich dude. I don't think she had children, actually. Another thing that reduces stress, not having kids. She also did smoke for most of her life, but she did quit. She quit at 117. Don't forget, she lived 122. But we'll call it 122. She smoked her whole life. She ate chocolate. Now, the thing is, they didn't say what type of chocolate, because I have a feeling she probably had some dark chocolate in there, because chocolate does have beneficiary effects, especially high cacao, 70% or higher. But what she also did was she drenched everything in olive oil, which is really odd. So, having that type of diet that's rich in polyphenols from the olive oil, interesting. So she walked every day. I know you smokers don't want to hear that. And she had a healthy diet, actually. She also, more than likely, connected with a lot of people, being that she walked everywhere in France. And so she had good social connections. She also, what did she say? She lived in France. Now that is a telltale sign, because living in France, they have universal health care coverage. So she never had to worry about, oh, I don't have a doctor, I have to go die now. She always had healthcare coverage. Also, she always had healthcare coverage because she was married to a rich guy. But these are the things that we can pick out and learn from her. So she actually, the big thing I thought was interesting was the olive oil, that she drenched olive oil on all her foods every day. And, if you listen to a lot of cardiologists, they say the number one thing you should be doing is consuming olive oil. So it's not that smoking didn't hurt her, it's that she had more positives than negatives in her life. She had healthy eating habits, she had healthy connections, she had decent and good health care. I hate to say it, but she was a woman. Women do live longer than men, on average, generally speaking, because of various factors, one of which is a menstrual cycle, believe it or not. So kind of shedding blood is lowering your iron deposits. So that's a big thing. Also, women typically don't do stupid shit. Guys are like, hey, dude, let me go on top of this automobile and surf the automobile while it's doing 80 miles an hour. Us guys do stupid shit. We die younger. So, just her being a woman is probably an advantage. But anyway, but she smoked. She drank wine, 1 glass a day. And by the way, the smoking she did, though, see, they don't tell you this. She smoked 1 cigarette a day. So, not a pack a day. Uh, hmm. So I think the things that we can do that she did: eat better, consume olive oil, tablespoon a day, right? Get up and walk every day. She didn't own a car; she walked. Now, no one's saying you got to walk for hours, but I don't know. Get up off your ass. You know what I'm saying? So 122. What habits are you doing that you might live a little longer? I know for me, I try to incorporate those habits. Walking every day, trying to manage stress. We're all going to have stress. I'm sure she had stress too. I mean, she lived through multiple world wars, in Europe. France got their ass kicked. So, I mean, I think things like that, you have to really look at the whole totality, right? So I know I'm trying to eat right, walking, having good connections with friends and family, positive people around me, going for your yearly checkups for your teeth, for your body, getting ahead of things like that. I'm sure she did those things. So what about you guys? What do you think? I mean, what are you doing to live to 122? Tony's Topics. Like and subscribe. I gotta go. Bye.